Now we're going to be looking at the Wonder Man figure from the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 11, the Legendary Riders series. Also in the wave, as you can see, we have the Hulkbuster Iron Man, first appearance Thing, the Taskmaster, Vengeance, Scarlet Witch, Ultron, and Logan. The variant being a Days of Future Past Logan and a clear ionic version of Wonder Man. The French here, as well as the English write-up, and it's just a generic write-up. So, I mean, this is obviously a Canadian card. Of course, packaged with his Sky Cycle, or Sky Sled. Very puzzling to me, as the character has these jetpacks on him, so he really wouldn't need anything else to actually fly. Also included is this little plug-in of a small yellow jacket. Pretty nice detail. It plugs right into the back there. Now, you cannot use that plug for any of the stands that some of the other Marvel Legends come with, because there's a little groove or slot in there that fits into a groove on this. One strike against the figure for that. I would have liked if they just kept that a regular whole Sky Sled. There's really no detail on this side. A little bit of detailing here, and as you can see, there are two pegs on the bottom there. Peg his feet in there, and have him grip the handles. I think it looks really, really silly and stupid. About the only cool thing is that he kind of has the W design detail carried out from his actual costume there. Fold that away and put it aside. There's some nice tight lines in the muscles and the face, a nice sculpting of the hair, details of where the material of his suit is stretched out. The paint job is a little bit rough here on the skin. You can notice there's a bit of a difference in the face and the neck. I really do like the metallic red in the his little bracelets or gauntlets, I guess you would call them, and his belt. Moving on to his articulation, he has a nice ball jointed head, move pretty much everywhere, up and down, left and right. He's got the extra shoulder joint that allows him to move his arm a little bit further back. This is a joint that I have a problem with. See, this joint is loose, but the joint of this little section right here is very tight. Now, you can't really get him to move his arm in and out aside from the shoulder joint. It does swivel at the bicep. Again, that's loose too. He bends at the elbow with a double joint. He rotates at the gauntlet. Hand bends, and his fingers bend together as well. Abdominal articulation and waist articulation. His legs move forward, but their joint is really stiff, so I don't like to force it. Thigh rotates. Double knee joint rotates at the boot, bends at the ankle, as well as pivots at the ankle and bends at the toe. his leg moves in and out. I forgot to mention that. Because of the stuck joints in his hips there, and the stuck joints in the shoulders. I mean, they swivel, as you can see, but you can't really bend them out. Wonder Man first appears in Avengers number 9 in 1964. Simon Williams, his real name, he inherits his father's munitions company. However, at the same time, Stark Enterprises is coming to the forefront, slowly putting him out of business. Williams embezzles money from the company. Arrested and jailed for it, Baron Zemo bails him out in order to use him as a pawn against the Avengers. He's going to give him powers and have him infiltrate the Avengers ranks. Baron Zemo gives him this ionic powers, which is just a kind of a scientific, pseudo-scientific term. He gets super strength and toughness and vulnerability. Zemo keeps him loyal by giving him treatments of some mystery potion or drug to keep him alive. He betrays Zemo and dies. But before he dies, Iron Man records his brain patterns in an attempt to somehow revive him. So the Avengers believe that he's died, but he really hasn't. His ionic powers put him into a coma to sort of heal him. While he's in this coma, his brother Eric blames the Avengers for his death and becomes the villain known as the Grim Reaper to exact revenge. Because people like the idea of the character, I guess. There are a few resurrections, false resurrections, of people using him as a pawn against the Avengers. However, there finally is truly resurrected or comes out of the coma, and they investigate why he survived, and it's found out that he's actually made up of ionic energy. So he's no longer an actual human. So he, at that point, gets into being an actor and being a stuntman. Being a stuntman is perfect for him because they can actually blow him up and shoot him and do all sorts of stuff to him because of his invulnerability. It's then that he's approached to help form the West Coast Avengers. When the Vision is dismantled and they're trying to rebuild him, the Scarlet Witch wants him to use his brain patterns again to sort of reawaken the emotional ties that the Vision had. Well, he declines because he himself has had feelings for Wanda the Scarlet Witch. And that causes a lot of strife between them. The Avengers West Coast is disbanded. He goes on to form ForceWorks, but he doesn't really stick around long. In the first issue, he's disintegrated in an explosion. Later on, when the Avengers come back from the Heroes Reborn world, Scarlet Witch is able to draw his energy back together and reform him in a ionic form. She continues to do this so much so that eventually he returns to a physical body. He joins the pro-registration side during the Civil War, comes to regret that decision, and to regret really being a superhero at all and being an Avenger. Eventually he figures out that Osborn is up to no good, and he joins his brother's Lethal Legion in opposing Osborn. However, he is beaten and jailed, and has just recently been freed by Steve Rogers and offered a position on the Avengers, which he declines because he still regrets being an Avenger. Something that I think is really against character. Anyway, that'll be it for Wonder Man. Stay tuned for my next review, which will be the Black Panther.